Hey guys, welcome back to Melanie's Yoga Couch. I'm Melanie, and today we're going to be doing a yoga sequence for your period. I know that when I'm on my period and when I have cramps and I'm feeling gross and I just want to lay on the couch, it's actually better for me to get up and do some stretching of the lower abdomen and also to get into some twists to help with digestion. So that's what we're going to be doing today, a lot of stretching out the stomach area, lower abs, twisting. Not too dynamic. We're going to stay closer to the floor. And all you need is your yoga mat and a block if you have one. So let's get started. Come to a seated position on your mat. Gently close the eyes and take a couple breaths here. And bring your hands to the lower abdomen and just take a moment to feel any discomfort you have in the lower abdomen or lower back. Try to ease, try to release into this discomfort and send some warmth through your hands into your stomach. We're going to move through a yoga sequence in just a moment. Try to remember to be gentle with the body. And remember, you don't need to move into any full extension of any pose. Take any modifications you need. We're going to move into a set of camel. So come to standing on the knees. Knees hip width apart, hands to the lower back, fingers facing down. Open the chest, lift the heart, and reach your pelvis forward, finding a nice stretch in the lower abdomen and opening up the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips to heels, tops of the feet to the mat. We're coming into child's pose, balasana. Open up the knees, reach the arms forward, and bring the forehead to the mat. Breathe into the stomach. Release. Couple of breaths here. And then on your next inhale, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Come forward into all fours. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On an inhale, lift the chest and the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, reach the chest forward and up. Exhale, round. Remember, you don't need to take Uddiyana Bandha here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round, enjoying the nice stretch in the back. Inhale, find a neutral position. We're going to start doing some circles with the body. So move the pelvis and the shoulders in really big circles. If you find a nice stretch, then just stay there for a moment. This is meant to feel really good, so enjoy this movement. Close the eyes if that feels good, and then start doing some circles in the other direction, moving the pelvis, stretching out the side waist, stretching out the shoulders. And then find a neutral position. Walk the hands forward, keep the hips over the knees, and let the chest sink towards the ground in Anahatasana. Press the hands gently into the mat and allow the heart to sink towards the mat, the forehead to sink into the mat. And then walk the hands back, come back into all fours, and press yourself up into downward facing dog. Again, be gentle here. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, come to the balls of the feet. Exhale, release the heels to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, heels towards the mat. One more time. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, heels reach towards the mat. Walk yourself slowly forward, coming into Uttanasana at the front of your mat, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Grab opposite elbows, maybe shake your head yes and no. Find some release in the back. And then release your hands towards the ground, bend the knees deeply, and roll all the way up to standing with a really round spine. Enjoy the stretch. Then we'll find Tadasana, pressing the feet into the mat, opening up the chest. Reach your hands to the side, palms facing forward. Crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Interlace your thumbs and reach the hands up over the head for a nice back bend. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to move into some modified sun salutations. Half lift, lift the head, and then step your right foot back, just pausing for a moment in the lunge. Find some movement here, and then plant your hands, step the left foot back, finding downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank, lower your knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale forward, finding cobra. And then if you'd like, bring your hands back towards the hips, lifting into upward facing dog. Exhale, press your way back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Finding the lunge, moving a bit, finding length in the spine, and then step your left foot forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, interlace your thumbs, reach the arms up over the head, up and back, opening the chest, and then bring the hands together in front of the heart. Moving through the same sequence, inhale, interlace the thumbs, reach the arms up and back. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, find length in your spine, reach the crown of the head forward, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back in the lunge. Plant the hands, step your right foot back. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Finding cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, bringing the hands back towards the hips, lifting up, and then pressing back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, and then the right. Find the half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, interlace the thumbs, reach the arms up and back. And exhale, hands together in front of the chest. Take a couple of breaths here, again feeling your way into the lower back, the lower abdomen, and trying to find a bit of release. Use the breath. On your next inhale, draw the arms up over the head. Exhale, dive forward. Exhale, step your right foot back. Coming into high lunge, squeeze the legs together, draw the arms up over the head. Really use the legs here. Maybe coming into just a slight back bend, being aware of the lower back, the abdomen. And then bring your left hand to the left hip, reach the right arm up and over the head towards the left. Again, really using the legs. Inhale, come back to center. Right hand to the right hip. Lean forward. Take the block and set it a few inches in front of your left foot. We want to keep it directly under the left shoulder, so just as you need to. Bring your right hand to the right hip, and then open up that hip, point the toes to the side wall. Reach your right arm up if that's there for you today. Press your bottom hand, your left hand into the block and open up. Remember, you can stop at any stage, finding any modification, and then bring your right hand down, set the block to the side, and bring your right knee behind the left foot over to the outside of the left foot. You might keep your leg bent. You might straighten out the right leg towards the front of the room. The left foot is on the outside of the right knee. We'll sit up long and tall, hug in the left knee with the right arm, and twist over to the left, bringing the left fingertips behind the back, just helping the back to lengthen. Inhale, come back through center. And then twist in the other direction, bringing the left arm to the outside of the left knee. Come back to center. Bring the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh for Janushirshasana. Find length in the spine, and then slowly ease yourself forward. Really lengthening the spine here. And then just using gravity to come any amount deeper into the pose. The right heel is actively pressing into the mat. And then slowly walk yourself up. Cross your legs, come forward, step the feet back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and then the left into forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up. And exhale the hands to the center of the chest. Same sequence, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Set the block on the other side. Step your left foot back. And then come up into high lunge using the legs, drawing the legs towards the middle, and then reaching the arms up. You can bend your back knee if you need to, just finding some more release for the lower back. And then if you'd like, add a little back bend to this pose. Bring your right hand to the right hip, reach the left arm up and over to the right, finding that nice side stretch. Again, keep the legs active, a nice stable base. Inhale, come back through center. Left hand comes to the left hip. Lean forward, grab your block. Set it in front of the right foot. And then slowly float up the left leg. And then opening up the hips. Maybe reaching your arm up. Maybe keeping the left hand on the hip. Maybe looking down or up. Just find what works for you. And then slowly bring your left hip down towards the mat. Bring both hands to the mat. Set the block to the side and bring the left knee to the outside of the right foot for the twist. Again, you can keep your left leg bent or straighten it out in front of you. Lengthen your spine and then hug your right knee with the left arm, twisting over towards your right. The right fingertips are behind the back, helping you to lengthen. And then on your next inhale, turn forward to the middle and in the other direction for a nice counter twist. Come back to center, straighten out your bottom leg if it isn't, and then bring the right sole of your foot to the inside of the left thigh. Find length and slowly fold forward in Janushirshasana. Feel free to bend your left knee. Wherever you are, press the left heel into the mat, reach the crown of the head forward, find length in the spine. Slowly walk yourself up, cross your legs, come over the feet forward, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank, exhale knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale, find cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, come to the mat. And then bring your entire body to the mat, tops of the feet to the mat, reaching the hands out behind you. Bend your knees and grab the feet for bow pose. Kick the feet into the hands, and on your next inhale, lift everything up off the mat. Find a comfortable position. If you need to roll a bit back towards your hip bones to release the stomach, go ahead and do that. Try to avoid any compression in the lower back, lowering if you need to. And then release everything to the mat, stack your hands, and bring your forehead to the tops of the hands. We're going to come over to the back, so bring the hands underneath the shoulders and roll yourself onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, scooting the heels towards the sit bones. Bring your block so that it's nearby, that you're able to grab it when you need it. We're going to come into a set of bridge, first with robot arms. So bend the elbows right next to the ribs, fingers pointing up. Lift your hips, reaching the chest towards the chin, and maybe interlace your hands behind the back, pressing the arms into the ground. Scoot your shoulders underneath the back. Lift the hips, press the feet into the mat, and then open the hands and slowly lower the hips to the ground. Bring your feet to the outside edges of the mat and let the knees fall together in the middle. Release in your lower back. Bring your hands to the stomach and send some warmth, send some caring to your lower abdomen. Bring the feet together, hip width apart. Lift the hips again. Take your block this time and set it right underneath your sacrum. You can set the block on the high level, so it's as high as possible. There's about 3 different levels. So find which one works for you. Set it right underneath your sacrum. Find a nice balance point, and then release. Arms on the sides, palms pointing down. Find a couple of breaths here. And then lift the hips, move the block to the side. Feet come to the outside edges of the mat. Knees fall together in the middle. Hands to the stomach. Breathe into your hands. You can also bring the palms together in namaste and bring the thumb to the third eye. And then hug in the knees, roll a bit on your back. Then bring the hands to the tops of the knees. Start making circles with your knees, kind of massaging the lower back, making circles around the sacrum. And then move the circles in the other direction. Move your block over to the left side of the mat. Extend out your left leg and hug in your right knee towards the right shoulder. We're going to come into a twist. So use your left hand to guide the right knee over to the left to your block and lengthen out your right arm over to the right. Again, you can adjust the block to be on its side or be lying flat. And then look over your right shoulder. You might have your right foot on the left leg or on the ground. Just find a nice, comfortable twist. Couple of breaths. And then lift your right knee, hug it back into the chest. Lift your left knee, hug both knees. Extend out your right leg, hug the left knee towards the left shoulder, and move the block over to the right side of the mat. Use your right hand to guide the left knee over to the block, hooking your left foot maybe behind your right knee and reaching the left arm out towards the left. Release your left shoulder towards the mat. Maybe close your eyes. And then come back up, lift the left knee, hug it into the chest, hug both knees. And then plant your feet. We're going to come over the side up to sitting. And we're going to come up into legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. You can find a wall. I'm going to come up against this closet here in the side. Don't have much room, but whatever works, as long as you can get your feet up. If you don't have a wall near you, then just raise your feet directly above the hips, maybe bending the knees. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Get comfortable, release your arms out to the sides, and make sure you can really let go here. The breath is soft, and we're going to continue to release in the abdomen area, lower back, using the breath to get soft. A few more breaths. Stay present. And then start to slowly lower, bend the knees, roll over to your side and come up to sitting. We're going to move into the last pose, the resting pose, Shavasana. So find a comfortable position on the floor. Let your feet fall open to the sides, arms to the sides, palms facing up. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears and underneath the back. The chest is open, the chin is reaching slightly towards the chest just to have a long neck. You might even have a cushion underneath the knees. Wherever you are, just try to release. Each exhale allows you to sink deeper, to relax a bit more. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you need to. And if you're ready, slowly start to wake up the fingers and the toes, bringing small movements. Maybe circling your feet and your hands. And then reach your arms out over the head, stretch your whole body on an inhale, and on your next exhale, release. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat and curl over to your right side. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Press your left hand into the mat. Lift yourself up to a seated position. Cross the legs. Bring the hands together in front of the chest. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel better. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.